Okay, I'm actually using a new rig to do my video reviews here, so please excuse any issues that I have with it. This is the first one that I've done with this new rig. I'm actually using a DJI Osmo 3-axis gimbal camera as my video and recording source right now. So hopefully things will turn out all right. So today we're reviewing the Kaiweets digital multimeter auto ranging multimeter, and it's, why do I have this old Micronta multimeter here? I mean, this thing is ancient. I bought this thing, my goodness, 20 plus years ago. I bought this multimeter and it's lasted a long time. Unfortunately, it is dying. I don't know if you can see there, but like the display is really on its way out. It's just got burned in. This thing is really old, so I wanted to get something to replace it. And I came across this Kaiweets multimeter. It actually looks like a cell phone. It's about as thick as, well, a little bit thicker than a cell phone, but pretty amazing little multimeter. Uses the auto detect features, so it's a nice multimeter. Replace my old Micronta. It actually comes with a case to keep it from getting bumped, right? So it's a fairly nice case, nice thick rubber. It runs off of two 2032 batteries that come in here. I'm not going to take them out, but the kit actually comes with a 4-pack of 2032 batteries and an extra fuse. So it's nice. I mean, they really provide everything you need with 2 testing leads. It's got these nice cowlings that cover the lead, so you get a full-length lead on the positive and the negative, the common and the red side, to protect if you're dealing with really small electronics and whatnot. You're testing those so you don't accidentally touch the 2 leads against each other, which is obviously going to be a lot easier if your leads are completely unprotected like these. So that's actually a nice feature. I had noticed that before, and I was actually testing some stuff earlier this morning. I'm like, I wish these tips were longer. All I had to do was slide the cowling off. Well, there you go. For those of you that don't like reading manuals, I usually read the whole manual. That's a piece of information right there. The multimeter actually has a light in the back. It's not a very bright light, but matter of fact, let me turn it on, and we'll turn off this so you can see. Let's see here. I believe that's the button for it. Yeah. See, not terribly bright, but it is fine. I'm hearing, if you're looking at cabling, and you need a quick light, you don't even have to take out your phone. The multimeter has it built in, so that's a nice feature. It has a backlight as well too. By long pressing this button here, you get a nice backlight. You can see the display much easier, and it has it's basically auto sensing. So when you touch a power source, it will figure out whether it's DC, AC. It's pretty smart about figuring whether you're testing ohms, whether you're testing resistance. It goes through, and it's pretty accurate about figuring out what's going on. We'll test a couple of little batteries here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I can get this plugged in here. Oh, lost the battery. I'll grab that here in a second. Okay. Alright, so we got a old 1600 Panasonic battery here, and probably should put these in the right polarity. There you go. 0.5 volts. This guy needs to be charged, obviously. This battery actually has a move this up here. This battery actually has a short, so it's interesting enough. If I can get it to be here. See what it's doing? It actually provided the ohm meter, so it's actually showing me, hey, there's something funky going on with the internals on this battery. So it's not even showing me voltage, it's showing me the ohms. It does show the ambient temperature, which is kind of interesting, but it only shows it in centigrade. You can't change it to Fahrenheit, and I looked through the whole manual for that and I couldn't find it anywhere. So if somebody has figured out how to flip it from centigrade to Fahrenheit, if I can get that to focus. There we go. Yeah, it is centigrade. I'm not sure why, but assuming maybe because it's Chinese manufacturing and they only did it in centigrade. Whatever the case is, I haven't figured out a way to flip it to Fahrenheit. Doesn't particularly matter. I'm not really checking the temperature on things when I'm dealing with electrical stuff, and I'm not an electrician. This is basically just for testing electronics or other things that I've got around the house. But it does provide a lot of functionality, all the different settings that you would need in a multimeter in a really small, mobile phone size package. You can flip through the functions by pressing the function button, so it'll flip through the different testing functions on there, and the manual provides an explanation about each one of those different functions. The no contact voltage sensor is actually pretty neat as well too. Do I have any electrical cables exposed up here? Well, probably not, but I'm doing it on my Chromebook here, and you see that it's returning a high. That means there's electricity being generated by this device, and it's a high. It's detecting a high electrical value in there, so that's pretty neat that it does that. It's not going to do it on a battery, so it's not a closed circuit, but you can kind of get if you have a power strip and you think that it may be dead or something, you can easily just walk over and tap this guy over there, and it's going to tell you whether it's it's got a low voltage or high voltage. It's going to be clear whether you have electricity going through that unit. So it's a pretty neat feature to have, and they actually suggest to take the leads off when you're testing that function. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Has all the typical multimeter functions in it, and it's a good buy. So hope this helps you out in your purchasing choice, and we'll see you next time.